I'm out here doing crazy shit, fighting in the bar, blah, 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 blah. Whatever, dude. So then I wound up getting stabbed 9 times. And I always tell people the scariest part about that was that it wasn't scary. Like, in the helicopter, I was getting life flighted. You know, right hand to God again. This ain't no I'm tough and I need to make a rap album. No, this is legit me being real. Like, I was accepting death on that plane, on that helicopter, I mean. I was accepting the fact that this is it for you. This is your last ride. What up, YouTube? It's your boy, Midwest Calm, AKA the monster from the island. Yeah, CT gave me that nickname, so I'm sticking with that. Midwest Calm, also known as the monster from the island, man. Make sure y'all get it right when y'all address me, man. HyphenLife.com, promo code CALM. We're going to take this Hyphen Mud 2.0. This is Great Blast. I talked to y'all about that before, man. Like I said before, man, I ain't really no grape dude. But I appreciate that. Great Blast for that ass. That boy got bars. Great Blast for that ass. We in some back today, man. Oh, damn, I need to get a funnel. Hey, Kelly, man. Since you got these here big ass pooper scooper scoop joints, why don't you go ahead and invest a couple dollars in the funnel, man? Help us out over here. Got me spilling the shit all over the place. Today we hitting back, man, and normally I got another thing I'll take, but it ain't a hyphen product. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep it over there. I ain't about to give it no love. But it's just citrally. Today, man, we're gonna hit back. We'll talk about, people give me question after question, and I be trying to, y'all know me, man, I really be in them comments, man. I be trying to get with everybody, holla at everybody. It get hard, man. Today we're gonna talk about who is the monster from the island. So I'm gonna start off from when I was a little dude up until now. We're just gonna discuss it while we're hitting this back, getting that Ninja Turtle back. Also, man, a lot of people talking to me about trying to get advice from me about being a content creator. Guys, I only got 4,000 some followers. I ain't a dude to talk to. And I also had a blessing coming into this game because I was, you know, supported by Kali, Big Boy, and which led me to doing other things. So I don't know. All I can say is keep grinding, because clearly that's what it's about, is putting out content so people get to know you. So that's my best advice for that. Just keep going and just like doing it. Just like doing it, man. I looked at my YouTube revenue. It's like at some $30-some. Guess how much it was last month? 0. So we on the move, man. So $30-some. Kylie said he's gonna take me to the Gucci store. Give me a shoestring or something. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you like Scott channel. Let's get to this back. introduce myself. So, to be honest with you, man, I was a punk ass little kid though. Like very early, I was lightweight timid. I had asthma back in the 80s when asthma was like, felt like it was like brand new. So I was always sick, man. I was always in the hospital. I was a very little dude. Me and my mom stayed with my grandmother, and then she got a job and we moved around the corner. But I was in my grandmother's a lot because her work schedule. So it was a lot of my cousins was over there too. So we had a full house, and I was the sucker. Man, it's crazy because people, today is kind of different, man. I kind of see the things different, but people always say a woman can't raise a man. But you know, back in that day, in that neighborhood, man, women was a big focal point of the neighborhood and keeping things in together. The men coming around doing force, they coming around do their thing, but the women, they was in, my grandmama was that, you know what I'm saying? My mama was that. So, but you know, when it was time to get that man deal, the man was at work. So the women was doing things, they was working, but they was cooking, they was whooping ass, all that. So yeah, man, I was raised mostly by women. You know, my father wasn't in my life, back and forth, you know, stuff like that. Me and him cool now. You know, been cool. He's disabled, paralyzed, so I'm the head of a lot of his affairs, or all of his affairs, really. That's my dude, you know what I'm saying? So no hard feelings towards that. That's why I talk a lot about fatherhood and my relationship with my middle daughter, how that needs to be fixed, because I see the importance of it clearly, because came up without mine. So, but yeah, that's what I was. I was a little punk kid, man. Used to get beat up, you know what I'm saying? But that was very early. The first time I ever hit somebody was 2nd grade. And after that, dude, that was like taking a shot of heroin. Like, I was ready to go every time. Once I realized that I had power, I can punch another human being and they would fall on the ground. That boy was the truth for a minute. I tell people, man, I experienced death early, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always explain this, man, when you grow up in a certain setting, you know, see, murder is different than natural causes, clearly. When somebody murdered, that means somebody took their life, somebody got them up out of there. So when you from the hood, man, it's different, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wish some of these homies could have made it to 21. 25, 30, 40, 50, you know, some of them just didn't do it. So, you know, it kind of had me subconsciously like in a defense mode all the time, knowing that people was dying that was close in your age or younger. So I grew up in a Crip neighborhood. Then spent summers with my grandfather, which was in the GD neighborhood. And then we moved to a Blood neighborhood. But, you know, I was always from the 1400, man. You know what I'm saying? I never acted like a Blood when I was around the Bloods, or act like a GD when I was around the GD. So, and the real talk, the Crips never really accepted me in that light. Like, I was the homie, we was fighting together, we was doing that, wasn't nobody going. But when they did like they little stick 'em ups and all of that, I wasn't invited. So I you know, shout out to them, man, because a lot of the things that I could have got into, man, I just wasn't allowed. I was the dude on the block, the little athlete on the block that could fight. And if they needed that, then I was there for that. But when they was doing their dirt, you know what I'm saying, I never was really engaged in that with them. They never really allowed it. I wanted to sell dope. You know what I'm saying? I was saying, shout out to Dr. Vic Coleman, man. He got his doctors now. He doing his thing. Look him up on Instagram, on YouTube. But we grew up together. Vic was out there making thousands of dollars a week, standing on the corner riding a bike in a three-piece suit, man, with a Dobbs hat on. And I'm looking at Vic got all the new J's. He skipped the school to get the Jordans. But Vic was a smart dude. He's still getting good grades. He's still graduating on time. But he was a hustler. You know what I'm saying? When I watched him get arrested, that's when I kind of hit me like, yeah, you don't really want them Jordans that bad, do you? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but he, like I said, shout out to him, man. He changed life. And, you know, a lot of our cats still doing good, but we lost a lot. We just buried Mikey C, man. He died of a car accident, but Mike was 43 years old. So we seeing this all around us, man. And it made me kind of a callous person. So I developed a very aggressive mindset. I started bouncing when I was 20. So this is before MMA and all that. So I started bouncing, and downtown was like the spot. It was bar after bar. But you know, downtown was also a neutral connection between the south side, west side, north side, east side. So when you're a bouncer, you know what I'm saying, you tend to, and I already knew everybody. Like I said, I grew up around three different sides of town, so I already knew everybody. So then I almost developed this weird, lame ass immunity to behavior. So man, I was out there clowning, dog. Like, not to mention we had a dog ass bouncing crew, Darius, the Canards. We was out there, we was wrecking shit. So when the gangs come through, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I knew what it was. Blood, Crip, GD, whatever. We was all love when we was in the club. So if anything happened to me, whichever one was jumping off, it was what it was. But you know, that kind of developed a lot of immaturity too, because then I was reckless. You know what I'm saying? If I had a problem with somebody, man, I was just ready to go, ready to fight. No care. I didn't care where I was going. It'd be me and one other person. And look, man, I'm on public forum. Anybody would dispute is disputed. There's some cats right now that I don't rock with right now that is like, yeah, he ain't lying. Like, I ain't got no reason to front, man. I'm talking on a public forum, dude. That's a fact. People knew what it was for me. When it was popping off, I was ready to go. Period. I would go to your neighborhood, to your job. Not in no way, shape, or form am I saying this is cool behavior. I'm just letting you know how ignorant I was before my life changed. So I was to jobs, to girlfriend house, to parties. We had an issue, I was coming to see you. Wasn't no Instagram, wasn't no YouTube or whatever. You could talk to somebody and just be talking. Couldn't even text. We was just now starting to text back then. So I was wilding out, man, and did some things, got involved in some stuff. Nothing too major, but just like stuff that really couldn't really I shouldn't even be here because of the situation that me and my homies put ourselves in, or I put them in. So, hey man, like I said, I don't talk to be talking like it's tough and it's cool, man. I don't suggest that for nobody, which is why I think my purpose is, after all my life was almost taken from me, is to deliver that message, to say like, yo, this is how I was and it was whack. So, change up. So I started MMA, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu MMA, like late 04. So it was like right after I got stabbed, it was clear. I really wasn't clear. I just did what I wanted to do. I was tired of being cammed up. So wind up, my behavior, you know, like I said, when you live in a certain way, you developing this energy. It can also be used as positive, but it can be used as negative too. So they always say bad karma, bad karma. There's a such thing as good karma, and I believe I'm a contestant to that right now with what's going on in the last 7 months, 8 months of my life, 9 months actually. But anyway, back then it was different. I'm out here doing crazy shit, fighting in the bar, blah, 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 blah. Whatever, dude. So then I wanted to get stabbed 9 times. And I always tell people the scariest part about that was that it wasn't scary. Like, in the helicopter, I was getting life flighted. You know, right-handed God again. This ain't no I'm tough and I need to make a rap album. No, this is legit me being real. Like, I was accepting death on that plane, on that helicopter, I mean. I was accepting the fact that this is it for you. This is your last ride. Cause, you know, that feeling, man, you can almost feel it leaving you. Like, if it ain't gonna make no sense. If anybody ever had anything tragic like that happen, shout out to the one homie who sent me the picture of his scar. We got identical scars from the same type of situation. I'm not sure the extent of his injuries was, but we got the same identical scars, so I'm sure he could tell you too. He could attest to this. Like, you can feel your life leaving, dude. Like, you feel it going. Like, I started to get weak in the fingertips, weak in the cold everywhere, and they kept telling me don't go to sleep on the helicopter, and I just asked for a towel, put a towel over my head, and then I was like, you know, I said to myself, like, Lord, please just take care of my daughter, because at the time I just had my oldest. And that was also something that came into perspective too, because I was a new father, you know what I'm saying, out here doing shit like that. And I closed my eyes, man, and I thought it was night-night. I didn't think I was gonna wake up. When I did, it was on the emergency room table, and it was lifting me up, and I seen the light. I'm like, dang, I prayed I'm in heaven. I thought your boy was getting escorted up to the upper room, like, nah. I look up, and the lady popped over, she said, Mr. Government name, because I ain't telling y'all, are you okay? Or she's like, are you okay? Can you hear me? I said, yeah. And I made a joke. I said, man, I thought I was going into the pearly gates. So when people ask about my sense of humor, man, this right-handed guy, and people who was around me will tell you who was around that situation. I think I'm gonna do a live video, man, with a guy who was there, man. Shout out to David Q. He was there when the whole all went down. I had a sense of humor, man. Like, I was still cracking jokes because I was doing everything possible to not go into shock. And the paramedic told me, he said, man, for somebody with your injuries, you got a great sense of humor. So I made jokes up until I was asleep. But my point is, man, is that that energy led me to that type of stuff. And almost losing your life, man, that ain't something to brag about or something to be cool about. Like, that really hit home later in life, because the only thing I was worried about was surviving. And the fact that I survived, I didn't feel like I was scared.
And then when it hits you, like, man, you was almost out of here, dude. And a lot of stuff like what my daughter's mother dropping her off and never coming back. Like, if I wasn't around, where would my daughter be? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that was some deep shit, man. So yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? That's like how I turned everything around, man. After that situation, it took me years to really captivate what really went down, to really take it all in. And you know, that's when MMA career, like that really, MMA was cool, man. I was fighting MMA before it was on TV, it was cool. They were still trying to ban it. So like, I know people today, oh, cool MMA, you know what I'm saying? That's if you see me in public talking to me about MMA and winning in MMA, fighting MMA, is gonna be my least interest of having a conversation. I'll do it, but that's like my least interest, man. What's really interesting to me is fatherhood, being a children's book author, owning the first gym on Pudding Bay Island. This island been here since 1812. Blacks weren't even allowed over here. Those are the cool things to me, man. Being involved in this space, you know, like MMA was cool. That was still savagery though. Like, I know people want to be tough so bad. I have no idea what tough is until you got to deal with being tough. Until you got somebody over there that might have had a better preparation than you. You know what I'm saying? That might be hungrier than you. That might got more on the line than you. It's a whole different beast when that cage is locked, or you get in that ring, square circle, whatever. It's a whole different beast. But you know, only 2 times somebody was a little more hungry than me and had more on the line than me. Other than that, come on, man. Who y'all talking to? Anyway, hope you like the channel, man. I love the content, man. I love making y'all laugh, man. I love keeping it 100 with y'all, man. Like and subscribe to the channel. I'm on Facebook too, trying to get that page rolling. It's tough to run all of these by myself, but if this is what you want to do in life, anything you want to do in life, you want to do the groundwork, man. Sweat equity, man. You can have all the money in the world. If you ain't putting it into your product, if you ain't putting it into your business, you ain't doing none of that, your business ain't gonna be shit. You know what I'm saying? You heard it from me first. That's right, your business ain't gonna be shit. I'm keeping it real with you. So don't get mad at me for keeping it 100. That's why you're following me, right? Because I'm keeping it real. I know people ask me about workouts. I'm about to have them paid memberships, though. You see, I ain't explained nothing I was doing. There was some muscle confusion going on in there. I ain't explained nothing. Didn't even record some of these sets because we having a genuine dialogue. Y'all wanted actually in-depth workouts from your boy, Midwest Kong, the monster from the island? Then we get them paid memberships up. Get it, man. It's worth it. You don't want to get those? Y'all want to get pillows? Y'all want to get sexy delts? Y'all want to get that? That back? Spend a couple dollars with your boy that you spend on Pornhub. Just get your favorite porn star. Give a little head. Like and subscribe to the channel, man.